Welcome to my jungle. Today we're going to ask the question, what really happened to the dinosaurs? Have you ever wondered what happened to the dinosaurs? This book by John Morris and Ken Ham answers a lot of really big questions about dinosaurs. It takes a really long time to read it all. So I'm going to not read all the words, but you can try and find the book yourself if you want to read every word on the page. Okay? So let's get started. First, in the beginning. In the beginning, it says that God is the one who created the whole world. That means that God created lions, kangaroos, zebras, dogs, horses, and even dinosaurs. Isn't that amazing? These friends, Tracker John and this little dinosaur, DJ, are going to take us around the world to find the answers about dinosaurs. Next question. What is a dinosaur? Well, a dinosaur is called a dinosaur because scientists started finding their bones about 150 years ago. And they were different from other bones they had seen, but they didn't know what to call them. So the closest that they could get was they looked kind of like huge lizards. So they called them dinosaurs, which means terrible lizards. And that's how we got the name dinosaurs. We don't have any dinosaurs around today, but we can learn a lot about dinosaurs by things that they left behind, like bones or footprints and fossils. When did dinosaurs live? Look at this awesome picture. There's dinosaurs and people together. Isn't that amazing? It says in the beginning, when God created everything, including the dinosaurs and people, on day number 6, I don't have 6 fingers, we'll use my nose, 6, that Adam and Eve lived with the dinosaurs. So they would have lived together at the same time. Wouldn't it be so exciting to go play outside and have a dinosaur next to your backyard? That would have been so exciting. How big were the dinosaurs? Well, just take a look at this picture. This is the building called the Institute for Creation Research. That's where the people who wrote this book studied and learned how to find out information about dinosaurs. This dinosaur is called a Potosaurus, and it says that he was bigger than the entire ICR building. And did you know that dinosaurs are even mentioned in the Bible? I'm not making it up. If you look in your Bible to Job chapter 40, you will see that God talks about a big dinosaur named Behemoth. You should look it up and write down all the things about Behemoth. It's really amazing. So, how sin changed the world. When God made the dinosaurs and the animals and all the other creatures, including people, everything was perfect, just the way He wanted it to be. But remember, when dinosaurs were very first created, God made everything to only eat plants. So that means the dinosaurs used to be plant eaters too. But when we look at dinosaur skeletons and fossils, Their teeth do not look like plant-eating teeth, do they? This is a question that scientists still have, and they're not 100% sure when or at what point dinosaurs started eating meat. But it wasn't at the very beginning in the Garden of Eden. So what happened? Well, before anything bad happened, it says that the world was a very different place than what we know today. The earth was different, the air was different, and creatures were even different, and many of them much, much bigger than the things we have today. Like there used to be huge snails and giant dragonflies. Would you like to see those kinds of creatures? So if everything was good, what happened? Let's go back a couple pictures. Back to Adam and Eve, the very first people that God created. It says that Adam and Eve sinned, and disobeying God is a sin, isn't it? And God says that the punishment for sin is death. So when Adam and Eve chose to sin, it sort of messed things up for everyone. And God had to sort of restart everything. This is a man named Noah. And after sin, things got all crazy. It says that people fought with each other, and maybe even some of the dinosaurs fought and killed each other or other people too. That wouldn't have been a very nice place to live, would it? But there was the one man, Noah, who loved and obeyed God. And Noah kept telling people that God was going to destroy the whole world with a flood. But do you think they believed it? Does it look like it? No, they just laughed and laughed at Noah. They did not believe what he had to say was true. So they were not able to be saved. But God had a plan. He was having Noah build the ark. And it says that God told Noah that some of every kind of land animal would come into the ark. So, did dinosaurs go on Noah's ark? Well, I am sure you have a very important question. First of all, I do not think that God would have brought the biggest, oldest dinosaurs on the ark. He probably sent strong young ones that would have babies after the flood. Because remember that many dinosaurs were not very large when they were grown, and all of them were small when they were young. And second, although there are many different dinosaur names, there may have been fewer than 50 kinds of dinosaurs. Creation scientists have shown that there was plenty of room in the ark for all the kinds of animals that God sent to Noah. So did dinosaurs go on Noah's ark? Yes, they did, but probably not the ginormous, huge ones like we saw in the other picture. So why do we find fossil dinosaurs? What a sad picture, huh? This is what happened when all the animals were in the ark safe with Noah's family. God did exactly what he said he was going to do. He sent the flood. And all the creatures, including the dinosaurs that were not on the ark, were drowned. It says that the fountains of the deep were opened. That means water was coming up really fast and it was raining really hard. And so, what would you expect to find all over the earth after the flood waters ripped up tons of soil and rock and drowned all those animals and people? I think you would expect to find billions of dead things buried in rock layers laid down by water all over the earth. And that is exactly what you find. So, why do we find fossil dinosaurs? Because that's what happened when the big flood came. Now, what happened to the dinosaurs after the flood? God did have the flood waters go back down, and Noah and his family and all of the creatures came out after the ark landed on a mountain called Ararat. And that's where we get the rainbow. So what happened to the dinosaurs? After the flood, the world was not as nice as it once was. The air was cloudy and dusty from volcanoes. There were hot deserts and places with ice and snow. It was not as easy to live in this world that had been changed by the flood. Some of the big dinosaurs must have been big eaters, and scientists think that a Potosaurus would have eaten up to 2,000 pounds of plants every day. Since the flood had destroyed all the forests, it was hard for them to get enough good food to live. Most of the dinosaurs were not able to stay alive in this new world. Poor DJ, he looks so sad. You see him? If Adam had not sinned, this would not have happened. Every time that we see or think about death, we should be reminded of our sin. But isn't it wonderful that Jesus came and died on the cross and rose again from the dead so that our sins can be forgiven? That is amazing. Now, can you think of other reasons why the dinosaurs may have died? Creation scientists think the Ice Age, a time when much of the world was covered with ice, came after the flood. And since the dinosaurs were probably reptiles, maybe it was just too cold for them. Maybe their favorite plants didn't grow anymore. Maybe big packs of large animals killed the dinosaurs. Or small ones ate their eggs. Maybe the air was different. We just don't know all the things that could have happened, but we do know that lots of other animals, not just dinosaurs, have also died since the flood. Can you think of any other animals like that? This might be an interesting project for you and your family to do when you can go to the library or look on Google. I can think of mammoths and saber-toothed tigers. I'm sure you can think of some more. And you see this picture? What do you think this knight is about to do? He's about to kill a dinosaur. It is very possible that some dinosaurs were killed by hunters. Perhaps stories like St. George and the Dragon are really true stories of someone killing a monster like a dinosaur. For all of these reasons, it seems that all, or almost all, of the dinosaurs are now dead. This is a picture of the museum. And the end, following the footprints. Wow, that's really interesting. I learned all kinds of new things about dinosaurs from this story. And for some reason, I don't know why, dinosaurs always make me think of volcanoes. So your activity today is to build your very own volcano. And we did it today too. So first, you're going to need to get Play-Doh, if you're okay with it being thrown away, or you need to make some clay. This is the recipe that we used to make our very own clay, and you do need a grown-up, okay? If you mix 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of salt, and 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar, mix it all together, and then put it in a pot on the stove and add 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of oil, and color if you want your volcano to have colors of rocks. So a grown-up needs to turn the heat on medium and stir it until it forms one ball. and it's going to be really lumpy, and then you have to put it on the counter, and a grown-up, because it's hot, needs to knead it until it's all smooth. Then you need to build your volcano. We built ours around a little jar, and you'll see a picture of it in the video. And then it's time to make your lava. If you want, before you make your lava, you can let your volcano dry and paint it. You could paint it with all kinds of creatures. You could paint dinosaurs. You could make dinosaur footprints. You could paint plants on it if you wanted. But then it's time to make lava. And for the lava, inside the dish, first you need to put 2 tablespoons of dish soap. Any dish soap is okay. 2 to 3 tablespoons of baking soda, and then some color if you want your lava to be a certain color. We did orange because we liked it. But if you want to make really cool lava, you could have blue lava or green lava or pink sparkly lava if you wanted to. Mix it all up inside your jar, and then have a grown-up pour at least a half a cup of vinegar. Pour it all in and wait. It takes a little bit of time for it to build up, and then see what happens. Have so much fun. See you next time.